very firmly and strongly believe in this principle of micro changes for a macro transformation, micro increments for a macro transformation. I remember a friend wanted to start waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to start going out for a jog. He came and asked me, how do I do it? How do I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning? I said to him, well, it's a great idea. What time do you wake up at the moment, currently? He said, well, I wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning. And he had actually tried for shifting from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And God, that was the end of building up on this habit. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine someone who's accustomed to sleeping until 9 in the morning for years, and suddenly one day to change that habit, to get himself out of that habit and get himself into the habit of waking up at 5 o'clock to go for a jog, shifts from 9 to 5, suddenly a gap of 4 hours. That change, that increment of 4 hours. Oh my God, finished. That's the end of it. He was groggy, sleepy throughout the day. He tried for 2 or 3 days and just gave up. I said to him, why do you want to wake up from 9 straight to 5? Why don't you start waking up at 8:45 in the morning instead? From 9 to 8:45 is only a 15 minutes installment. It's only a 15 minutes change. And I don't think you would have too much of a problem just changing from 9 to 8:45. And then once you're comfortable over a couple of days or weeks to waking up at 8:45, change that installment 15 minutes further. From 8:45, start waking up at 8:30 in the morning. And then at 8:15, and then at 8. And then if you're comfortable, change that 50 minutes installment to 20 minutes. From 8 o'clock, now go to 7:40. From 7:40, go to 7:20. And sure, if we make those small changes, get adapted to those small changes over a period of time, and keep working on ourselves, we'll surely be able to deal with what we want to deal with. This man actually started waking up at 5 o'clock every day in the morning. Of course, it needed other adjustments like sleeping a little earlier, trying to sleep well, so that through the day he wouldn't feel, sleepy and drowsy at his work when he was at his workplace. One other friend, he came to me and he said to me that I smoke about 40 cigarettes a day, and I know it's getting on too much to my health, and I want to stop smoking. I said to him, why do you want to stop smoking? I think you should continue smoking. My God, the guy was like shocked. A monk as I am, he's coming to me and asking me he wants to stop smoking, and I tell him, you continue smoking. I told him, look, my dear friend, I don't think you should stop smoking. You should continue smoking 38 cigarettes a day instead of smoking 40 cigarettes a day. If you smoke 40 every day and you go from 40 to 0, imagine the kind of withdrawal symptom that you would get. Now with this waking up early example, you would feel drowsy, groggy, a little kind of, lethargic through the day, but you wouldn't get a massive withdrawal symptom. But things that have gone deep into your system as an addiction, smoking for example, would surely create such a massive withdrawal that instead of giving it up, you'd probably get back onto it with double the force, and instead of 40, you'd probably end up smoking 45 or 48. So why don't you smoke 2 less, 38? And then after you get used to it for a couple of weeks, and it's not a big deal, just 2 less, move to 36, move to 34, move to 32, and then probably installments of 4 cigarettes, 28. And slowly yet steadily. It takes a while, but Rome wasn't built in a day. You can't give up a habit that has got deep into our systems overnight. हिंदी में कई बार हम कहते हैं, ऐसा तो नहीं होता ना कि आज भर्ती और कल चक्रवर्ती. अगर सेना में आज भर्ती हुए हैं तो चक्रवर्ती बनने में कई युद्ध लड़ने पड़ते हैं, तभी चक्र मिलते हैं, तभी medals मिलते हैं. It's not that, I'll translate for those who don't understand Hindi, it's not that when you join the army you get all the medals right away. After joining the army, you have to fight a few battles before you get those medals. Rome certainly wasn't built in a day. And this friend of mine, after a while of doing this, did give up his habit of smoking. There are other habits as well that we have. For example, we get very angry, we throw tantrums. I'm sure some of you are very closely connecting to me and saying that yes, it's just so deeply sunk into our systems, we're just so conditioned that when the head is hot, we just start yelling sometimes, or we just withdraw, or we just giving a silent treatment or a very loud treatment. We just kind of get frustrated. So what do? I think let's not start with those larger ones. Let's not start with when there's a massive disagreement between you and your spouse, or you and your friend, or you and your boss, or you and your colleague. Let's start with the small things. Your pizza doesn't come on time. The guy at the restaurant, the waiter, doesn't bring your pizza on time. Rather than getting super upset and even saying something, it's okay, just a small delay. And it's not so much because you are supporting that the pizza should not come on time. We want it on time for sure, but it's for you to form a habit of dealing with the small things first. Ladies and gentlemen, deal with the small things. It makes a big difference. Start with the small micro changes. You will see that you will end up with a massive, large transformation. Micro changes will bring macro transformation as our principle. The small little installments and increments will bring in the massive, large change in whatever habit we are wanting to deal with in our lives. So today, I want all of you, we will all do it together. Let us all look at, I hope you identified that one habit from yesterday. Let's all look at what is that increment, or what is that small installment that we want to make in dealing with that habit over the next 5 days. Decide whether it's smoking, whether it's binge eating, whether it's getting angry, whether it's waking up, whatever your habit is, decide what is that small installment that you want to make for yourself, which is comfortable for you, which won't leave you with a massive withdrawal symptom, which won't make you groggy, lethargic, but you are changing small steps towards a large change. And after 5 days, we will take a review again to change that installment, to go further and see how we can actually improve in our lives. Once again, thank you all very much for being with us on our Facebook Live session. And I will see you tomorrow morning once again at 8 o'clock Indian Standard Time to discuss our third reflection on the 21 Days Habit Challenge. Conclusively, micro changes for a macro transformation. Do make that decision of what that installment will be for you through these 5 days in whatever habit you want to deal with. Thank you all very much and have a great day ahead. Hare Krishna.